Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, for this video session I would like to continue our video tutorials on our glass suction cup mount holder. For this video session, what I'm going to show you is how, for this component, how I made this component, which middle slot gear connector. This middle slot will be connected to this middle gear connector here, and so that it have some attachment to this slot. So if you look directly on this image, this middle slot have a slot here, so it will be attached to the middle gear connector, two slots here. So we have two slots here. This middle slot will be fit into this middle gear connector, two slots here. So basically the dimension, if I already known the dimension for this middle slot. Okay, so this is a closer view. So we have a the diameter is known, and the length and the total length of this whole thing is known. So let me show you another view of so this is a front view, this one is a top view. So we have slot, and if we look closely, we have a kind of curvature, a straight line here, and a curve here. So we as long as we know the dimension, we can make a cutout from here. We have a line and a curve here. Okay, if you look on the front view, we have actually this middle slot. We have actually the rough geometry of it. We have at the right side we have a smaller cylinder, and actually until at this part we have a bigger cylinder, where bigger cylinder will be cut out to form this kind of geometry. For this left part, we have some, so that the first step, what we should do, we could do some revolve. We have as long we know, we sketch the profile of it, and we make a revolve. Then after we have a revolve of the smaller cylinder and bigger cylinder here, then we can make a cutout of the curvature that is known here. So that's why, so until we could finish our final shape. So let me show you how I do it in SolidWorks for this kind of component. So let me show you the finished part. Okay, actually if you look this component middle slot here, the middle slot here is actually, I use the combination of the mounting plate here to get the position of the screw to be cut out at the end, So what I will show you is until we at the final. This later on in this video I will show you how this mounting plate is not meant for this single component file. So the main of this mount plate is actually to show you, because since in this file I show you the mount plate is meant to attach here, so for us to position the screw, where the screw will be fit into this bore of this mount plate. So I need the right position of the screw, so we could make the cutout in a thread for the mount slot. If I off this mount plate, So our end result will be like this. So we have a middle slot, and at the end we have the inner thread here at the bottom. So let's look on the beginning of this file. So firstly, for this kind of component, so what I've done is I make some revolve of 2 cylinder. So we have a smaller cylinder and we have bigger cylinder. This revolve is based on the sketch here. If I zoom normal view, so as long as you know the cross section of the rough cylinder, we know the smaller cylinder, and we know actually is this portion of the bigger cylinder which had been cut out by the curvature curve that we cut out here. So we know the bigger diameter of the cylinder and we know the smaller cylinder. So the smaller cylinder, since I already measured it, and the length, and we have a bigger cylinder. The total length of this middle slot is 36 millimeter. So after I make some revolve, so the next thing is to do some fillet at this corner, at these edges, to make more curvature. Since we have a curvature shape here, it's kind of curvature here. Okay, after fillet, then what we do is I do some sketching. If you look on the sketch plane, I got some sketching here, where this sketching I use split command in SolidWorks to make a cutout. The sectioning is this section is can be shown in this image. If you look, if you look on this image, if we zoom it closer, actually we have a straight section here. It's a straight cut here. A straight cut. So I already measured the distance from this horizontal line to the center here. So we have a straight cut at these edges, both two edges, a straight cut here. So what the sketches is shown here, as shown in this file. So I made it on the front plane. Okay, the sketches on the front, it's on the front plane. So if you look on the sketches, we go edit sketch, and I go to normal view. So the sketches from the center line is 7.5. Okay, I make just a single line here, mirror it. Distance is 7.5 to the right and to the left. So then after I got this line for the sketches, then what I do is I do split. Okay, I do split as have I shown you on in my previous video. Split, you can get split from, as long if you have a line here, then you can use split on the insert. We have features, then we use split. Okay, the setting of the split can be shown here. So once you do split, so make sure your sketch these two lines will be your sketch. Make sure you active you select your sketch, you select the sketch, or make sure that your sketch is active. Make sure in this parameter, where is your trim tools, your sketch, then if you press cut part, so what it will do is it will cut. But at the beginning, there's if I uncheck here, it's nothing is selected, but they know the sketching, they know the sketch tool. This sketch will be used as a cutting tool until when you press cut part. So you have automatically the SolidWorks will put up 3 parts of this body that should be cut out. So what we need is this portion to be cut and this portion to be cut. If you select the number 1 is the main portion, this is not going to be cut, so we uncheck this. Okay, so make sure that the consume cut borders is checked, then only you can do split. Okay, Split is basically like you do some like cut extrude, but if you want to use cut extrude, you should have a closed shape. But split, as long as you know the cutting line or cutting plane, you can use split. So this a portion there. Okay, so this step we make a cutout, a straight cutout at these edges of this component. So the next one will be I make a sketch tree. The sketch tree is a if you look on the right section, on the right plane, if you look to normal view of this sketch tree, so I have another slot here, another curve here to make a cutout, which I will do a split also. Or this curvature can be shown if you should look on the other image of this. If I zoom it closer, so on the other side, on the right plane, I already know the curvature here, and we have a straight line, we have a straight cut here until we have a curvature here for the right plane to be so that we could cut out from this component. Okay, so I make a sketch here. So the distance between this line to the center line is 4.5. So since we know this will be cut out, this portion will be cut out, so the total width left here is a 9. Okay, 4.5. So make a rough sketch until at this point, which coincident with this line, and roughly we have until it have some curvature. Okay, the important distance is this 4.5. So this is the main one that we should put it, because since the thickness is 9, so this portion will be fit into the middle gear connector. So after I do the sketch here and mirror it to the left here, so I use same approach. We make a cutout using split. Okay, using split, make cutout using split. So we split the object. Okay, the split setting, okay, the sketch tree, which the two sketches now. So make sure the sketch tree is selected, then you cut part, so you have option. If I check 2, it means the middle body also will be cut out, but you need this body, so make sure that you uncheck. You only check which portion that we want to cut. Okay, so when I do split, and also you must make sure that the consume cut bodies is checked. Okay, so this is the result of our second cutting, cutout. So the first cutout we have on the front side, we have a straight cut. On the right plane we have a straight and curvature cut. So we could until form like this kind of geometry. Okay, the next thing, if you look on this in this image, if you look back in the front view, so we have another part here that we should do, that we have a curvature here, which a cylinder. Okay, we have a circle here, and we have a ball here. So then we need to position it to make a sketch here, so that in the right position until at the end here we have a bigger circle, and we have smaller circles, and we can make a cut extrude. So I already measured the dimension of this shape. So so the next thing is it should be on this plane. Okay, should be on this plane, either this plane or this plane. So we make a sketch on that plane. So the next step is that I make a sketch on this plane. Okay, if you look on this plane, I have a sketch there. Then if you look on the normal view of the sketch, so we have a bigger diameter here, and we have a line there, Okay, we have a bigger diameter, we have line, so then we use the same approach. I could make also, if I do it a closed shape, I could make cut extrude, but in this case also we have another option is to use, as previous I've shown you that we use split. Okay, we use split, so I made a line here. We have actually this portion has been trimmed out. Actually it's a circle, closed circle, have been trimmed out, trim, and this line is connected to this semicircle is a tangent. Make sure the line is tangent, and also you must make sure that since the circle diameter is 12 here, so the distance from here is 12. Okay, I think it shouldn't be problem for you guys to do this kind of shape. Make sure that you set a relation. We have tangent here. Okay, then after we have drawn this shape, so we use the same approach. We use split. Okay, we use split. Then we have this geometry. Okay, same bit. The top have been cut out by the shape. So if you look on the setting of the split, so the sketch for, show the sketch. Okay, the sketch is selected and we cut it. So we need, if I check, make sure to the middle bodies is not selected. So make sure we check the if uncheck 3, check again. So this one, this portion you want to be cut out, the left and the right. So make sure that consume body is also select is checked. Okay, then we use split. Okay, after I've done split, then the next move is to use cut extrude. So since we have a holes here, cut is not the hole. I do the slot, the middle slot. Okay, before cut extrude one. So this is solid. So the next one is slot. Okay, the slot here, as long as you know the dimension of the rectangle. Okay, in this case for the slot I use cut extrude. Okay, since I know the dimension of the rectangular shape. Okay, the rectangular shape, we have 13 and we have 3 the width. Okay, so it will cut out to become a middle slot here. Okay, so in this case, in this approach, I didn't use the split. I use extrude cut. So I draw in the right position. Make sure that you set a move at the beginning. You just draw a rectangle, put the dimension 3 and dimension 13. Okay, then you select them and you select this line, for example, like you select this line, then make sure that select midpoint, and this, make sure you select the middle point here and this end point here, set it to coincident. So just make sure you select this line. This an example. I select this line, middle point. So then you select the middle point, and you hold on. You select the you set the relation to be constant, so the rectangle will be moved to the right position. Okay, so this an example. So let me delete this part. Okay, right. So we don't need so. Very good. So we didn't have the slot. Okay, so we have the middle slot here. Okay, the next thing is a cut extrude. Then to make this bore, okay, we have a cut through hole. Okay, for this cut through, so as long you know the diameter of the hole, in the right position at the center of this, the sketch plane should be on this plane. It's cut through. Okay, what's next? The next thing is we do some little bit detailing. We have fillet, so the first fillet will be, so if I go to the next step, the first fillet is at this part, okay, at these edges. I do some fillet with certain radius, okay. The radius of this fillet is about, okay, I do fillet before fillet, okay, this edge is not filleted, okay, both these two edges, and on the other side we have fillet, okay, we have fillet here and we have fillet on the other side. Then the next fillet will be this part and this part, okay, this that the edges there, okay. Before we have sharp edges, we have sharp corner here, then we have fillet. So the next thing to do is another fillet at this edges, and these edges. In this case, I use a fillet expert. With the radius of the fillet is 0.2. Alright, after we have I've done some fillet, so the next move will be do some cut extrude at this bottom surface. Okay, I did some cut extrude. If you look on in this sketch, we have a diameter 12 here. Okay, we have diameter 12 cut extrude and reverse. With the depth of 12 millimeter. Okay. Then I make a plane. Okay. This plane. Okay. This plane here. Actually, this plane can be done by using reference plane geometry. I'm selecting the cut extrude plane here as my reference, and my second reference is a certain distance at certain edges to make the planes in the right position. So at this plane I do some rib, because they're gonna be the internal structure of it. There will be rib inside. Inside this bore, so we have a rib. Okay, we have a rib with our sketch plane, a single line. Make sure that we do some rib, and the material of the rib is when we do some rib, the material of the rib should be facing upward, and the thickness of the rib is 1 millimeter. So we have some internal rib inside. Okay, we have internal rib. Okay, the reason to that this component have rib inside is to strengthening the internal structure here. So after rib, so then we have another boss extrude. We have a hexagon shape. So the hexagon plate will be on the directly on the top surface of the rib will be the plane. Okay. So if you look normal view today, we have a hexagon here in this orientation. The distance of the edge is 4.5. So then the boss extrude the distance of the extrude is 7 millimeter. Okay, in this direction. So we have internal hexagon inside. So the reason to have the internal hexagon here is for us to mount. The pin will be attached at the center of not pin, the screw. We have a screw. Later I will show you how we fit the screw to at the right position here, so it would subtract to form internal thread. So after we have a internal hexagon object here, so the next thing is I do some fillet to finish this component. The casing we have fillet. Okay, we have fillet at these edges. Okay, before fillet we have sharp edges, then after fillet, okay, with certain radius. Alright, let me zoom out this a little bit. Okay, this the first part of this component. Inshallah I will show you the second part on my next video session coming soon. Alhamdulillah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.